This is another video of Just Show Me How to create a storyboard in PowerPoint. So we'll get started. We are sitting on the first slide of PowerPoint, and I'm using Office 365. We did File, Save As, and saved the storyboard blank template file to the hard drive. And now we're ready to begin creating the storyboard. What we're creating is a layout to use each time you're creating a course, a video. If you're using Storyline, Lectora, Captivate, whatever you're using to create a course with, then you need some kind of a format of a background design to use. So to begin to create your common layout template, go to View and Slide Master, and notice that PowerPoint doesn't open on the main master slide. It starts at slide 2. So scroll up to get to slide 1. So this is slide 1. This is the master slide. Anything that you put on this slide will be shown on every slide in the layout. So if we insert an icon for computer, insert that icon and put it down here in the bottom corner, then every slide in the deck will have the nice company logo in the corner. For this, we don't need a logo, so we'll delete that. We also don't need these footer boxes, so delete those. And this is down a little further than we need it to be. Next, we want to zoom in so we can see the bottom corner of the screen. That's a little much. Let's go down. That might work. Just so we can get to the bottom corner. So what we're going to do here is insert some boxes to use as our color guide. So we're going to insert a shape, a box, and make the box about that big. And then we're going to copy it and paste it and paste it. How many colors do we need? So get it as close to lined up as you can. Highlight all of them. Go to the Shape Format tool and align, and you want them all to align to the middle. Then you want each one of the boxes to be distributed horizontally evenly. And now they are. So you can use the color fill and more colors to go and add a specific color to each box, or you can type in the hex or the RGB code to add the color to each box. Or if you have an example, then you can drop your color box in and use the Format Painter to make each one of your colors that you want to use in the course. That's the same color. So I'm going to use the green, and we'll use the red and the gray. Okay, what else this does is add the colors that you just chose to your recent color list, so that you can use these colors throughout your presentation even without the color boxes, but this is more helpful. If you're using a program such as Storyline or Captivate, or even creating something inside of Google Classroom, they don't really let you use a Format Painter. Okay. So now you can insert a text box at the bottom and use this to type in all of your codes. And then format the font at the correct size to fit in the space and under each box. It doesn't have to be really big, but it needs to be big enough that you can read it easily in order to type it into another program. Just hit space and keep going until all of those are done. Once you've finished with your bar, then highlight everything and right-click on the bar and save as a picture. When you choose to save as a picture, it saves a file as a PNG that you can use later. Hit cancel. Now take your view back out. Now that we have the color bar set up, and this is something that'll be showing up on every slide, we want to go and add a new layout. So making sure we're on the Slide Master tab. I don't want to add a master layout because that would add a whole new set of slides. We only want to insert one slide. And it puts it all the way to the bottom. So you can drag this one up to the top of the list and right click on it, and we want to rename the layout as Story 1. Rename. Okay, we're going to insert. This slide will be used to hold the information about the project. So one of the first things we want to do is insert a text box, and when we're finished, we'll put a table on this page. So here we're going to type product information and make it bold, and we'll use one of the colors from the project. Let's use the blue. And then we want to change this prompt text that says click to edit Slide Master. Here we're going to type in project name and then make this a nice bold large header and make it the color, a project color, so we'll use this one. The project information box is a text box, and since we inserted just a text box and typed something into it, then that text will be static on the slides that we add to the presentation. The project name box is a master title slide placeholder, and changing the words in there just changes the prompt to tell the user that some text needs to go here. You can change these in any one of the master template placeholders. So now that we've added in the text, we'll go back to the Slide Master tab and close the master view. We will go to Insert New Slide and choose Storyboard 1. So now you can see the project name is here. I'm going to paste in a project name using text only. And we see that that is a little big, so I'm going to bring it down. Now we're going to insert a table. So go to Insert and Table and select to insert a table with 2 columns and 7 rows. Here's our table. Increase the size to basically cover the page. And then we're going to go to the table design and layout and remove all of the shading. Take it to no fill, because we want to be able to put text in here and easily be able to read it. So then we'll go to the borders and select all borders, and we're going to have more text. One side is going to be questions and the other side will be answers. So we'll make the table off center just a bit. Then I have a list of questions to ask. So I'll paste my list into Notepad and delete the formatting. So we want to add the information in. And it seems that all the text in the table is in white. So we need to go change that. Make the text black. And I don't think we need it to be bold. So take it off bold. Alright, add in the rest of the information. I'm just copying and pasting off of my list so I don't miss anything. So with the list made, and we'll go ahead and bold the questions so that they'll stand out different from the answers. Bold these, make this just a little bit smaller, and now you would answer the questions on this side. Alright, this one's done. Go back to View and Slide Master. Slide Master. Alright, our first Story 1 layout is finished. Go to Story 2 layout. Again, get rid of the headers, get rid of the footers. And right click on this one and rename it Story 2. This one will be used as a divider between each section. And the third slide is where we're going to do the most work. This slide is usually named the title and content layout used by no slides. That's a tip, because once you use the layout, it'll tell you which slides it's been used on. Right click and rename the slide Story 3. And rename. Get rid of the footers. Alright, then for the title, we don't actually need it at all, so we'll delete it. And then this section will need it, but only on this side of the screen. So let's adjust it correctly. Next, I'm going to insert a shape. Insert a rectangle and draw it across the top of the screen. So the shape we want about 27. Make it easier. Alright, so we're going to use the bold red for this, and I don't want an outline. So take the outline off. Now we're going to add text in of voiceover to the top and make it bold. This half of the screen will be used to record and track the script that'll be used in your course. So all of the text for the script will be typed into this placeholder. We're going to make another box and put it on the right. Take out voiceover and make it black. Alright. And this side we will use for on-screen visuals. So type in the text, on-screen visuals, and we want this to be left. And let's take this font down a little smaller. That's probably good. Okay. Then we also want to space over and type in a slide title. So the slide title will be used to create the table of contents. Depends on which software you're using, if it's Storyline or Captivate. But even if you're able to publish Camtasia as an HTML file, then you can create a table of contents inside of Camtasia also. So after we get the story the slide title named. Then we're going to add in a placeholder. So insert a text placeholder, and it's going to go right there, but it always comes out really big with a lot more stuff than what we need. Click up here because this name is going to change all the time. These are titles that'll stay the same, be static every time you open the page. But this will actually need to be edited each time for each new course. So we don't want a bullet, and you want that text small enough to be read. The first set of text anyway. And the rest of this you can just delete or leave it. It doesn't matter. It won't show up on the slide. So add this in, and after you get it small enough to be read, then make it bold so it's easy to see. Okay, next we're going to insert another rectangle. And it's going to go down here closer to the bottom. And we'll make it black also. And this one is going to be for feedback. And make it bold, left justify. And the font's, that's plenty big enough. Alright, so we have our feedback placeholder. Okay, next we're going to close the slide master, and go back to the home tab, and then click down to insert the story 3 slide we just made. Alright, and then insert a table, 2 columns and about 6 rows ought to do it. It's too many rows. Let's bring the table to the bottom and move it over. I'm going to take all of the color out. Just make it white and add the borders in for all borders to be able to see them. And in the first column, I'm going to add in visual edits. It always takes the text to white. So change the text of the entire table to black so I can see it, and make this visual edits. Alright, and then on the other side, actually it needs to go this way. On this side we'll put completed. Now, this side of the table is for the customer or the business owner to type in comments, and we want those to be a little smaller, and they don't need to be bold, so that's fine. This side, the customer will type in comments or any edits that they want to see made for the visual side, and then you can put the date and the initials of whoever completed those edits on this side. Alright, that's all for now. For here we can type into our slide text or our voiceover script. So going back to View and Slide Master. Next we're going to add in picture placeholders for the visuals, and I usually add in 4 so that you can show some kind of transition between the slides of what's going to change. So the first picture will give when the slide first starts, whether it's video or whether it's interactive. And then the second one will show what's going to transition as this text is going on. So it gives the business owner a visual representation of what the slide will look like when it's finished. And this is also a good place to add in pictures that you're not positive that the business owner will like. So you want to get their vote on them early. Okay, so those 2 are the same size. Use Control-C to copy and then Control-V to paste. And that's about as close as you're going to get to even. So this is all for this slide. Close the slide master and go back to the home tab to take a look. And notice that our pictures are not showing up. So one of the things you need to do is right click and apply the layout again so that it shows up. Now, I usually like to make this table a bit of a different color just to bring it to the business owner's attention. So a light green is good, and I still think this title is just too big. So let's take that down just a little and bring this up. Now, they have plenty of room to add in their edits. So for the first slide, we can delete that off. This slide, you would add in all of your information about the course, and this slide would be used to start off building the course with your visuals and your text and then your comments from the business owner. The best way to do this is to copy your slides so that you get all the table and everything that's editable, and those things that are part of the format will stay on the slide formatted the way they're supposed to be. You can add a new slide, but then it takes off your feedback table, so it's better to just copy and paste. And this concludes how to make a storyboard out of PowerPoint.